Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ria and in today's video I'm going to be trying and testing out the Huda Beauty Ruby Obsessions Palette. I'm going to have a first impressions for you guys, whether it's really worth the money, whether it's really as hyped up as it seems to be, or is it just like an Instagram trend and it'll soon fade away. Personally, first impressions of it, I really like the concept. I love the color story. That's what attracted to me getting this palette in the first place. So a little bit about this product. This retails for $48 on Sephora.com.au. That's where I got this product from, and upon conversion rates from Cult Beauty, I found that this was slightly more affordable. So that's like a little heads up. And if you guys like these type of videos, don't forget to give this a like and subscribe to my channel. So if you guys want to know my real thoughts on the Huda Beauty Ruby Obsessions palette, then just keep watching. To start off this video, I'm gonna just go ahead and show you guys the palette. It comes in this plastic sleeve over here, and the packaging is A1. I think it is so beautiful. It is so compact. It comes with like a decent sized mirror. Sorry to blind you guys, but it's a really pretty mirror, and you know, you get to peel it off, but I'm not going to do that because I want to save it for a real good moment. So the packaging is quite sturdy. It has like a magnetic closure. It is the Ruby Obsessions one, and this is what the inside looks like. It is really pretty. When I first got it, I was slightly disappointed because I thought this would be more of a chrome shadow, kind of like a cream finish, but that probably was just me, and I feel like I'm gonna get a really good use out of this because I don't have that many reds. Surprisingly, in my collection, I have a lot of blues, greens, not even that many greens, just a lot of blues and golds, but not that many reds or pinks apart from the Modern Renaissance palette. So I decided to get this one to begin with, and if I really like the formula of it, then I would kind of invest in the other Obsessions palettes as well as like the other quads. So I have changed the lighting just a little bit so you can see the colors more true to form. And right now I'm just going to insert some clips of some of the swatches. Now honestly, I really suck with swatches, but I must say some of the colors were beautifully pigmented and some of the others really did concern me. And I was kind of thinking when I was swatching it, is this really worth the price? But then I realized that swatches really don't determine kind of the quality of the product. It's really how it looks and blends on your eyes, whether it's patchy, whether it's pigmented there, rather than just swatches at the back of my hand. So without further ado, I'm going to pull my hair back and we are getting right into this tutorial. So I'm the type of girl who loves to do her makeup without a foundation on first. So we're going to do that. We're going to play with the eyes and eyeshadow, and then I'm going to do my base off camera and give you my final thoughts. So I'm going to prep my eyes like I normally do with my Colourpop and No Filter Concealer in Light 18. By the way, I have no idea what we're going to be doing. We're just going to be winging it, and hopefully everything turns out just fine. Hopefully. I just have been loving doing this technique. I feel like it's a lot better and looks a lot less powdery on the eyelid. Now we're going to go in with this one right here, a little dense crease brush, and just placing that in the crease. I know you guys thinking, girl, what on earth are you doing? It's a process. It looks really like messed up at first and you're like, wait, this is unblended as hell. Next up, I'm going to be taking an e.l.f. professional blending brush that looks like it's like slightly domed and quite tiny, and I'm going to be taking this shade right here, and I'm going to be blending my crease right up to my brow bone. I really like this color. I feel like so far the swatches did not do it any justice, because once it goes on the eyes, it's pigmented, it's not patchy. I'm literally having no difficulties at all, and even though it's a tacky base, I don't find it sticking to the base at all. It just glides on so smoothly, and you can see that differentiation in color. If I bring you guys slightly closer, you can see that the two different tones, but it doesn't look muddy. That's what I'm trying to say. It just doesn't look muddy. It looks really good, and so far so good. I'm really happy with the shade. So how are you guys doing? It is super hot here in Sydney. When I'm filming this, it is 30 degrees. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of dying in my studio right now. The lights are killing me, and I feel like I'm getting more and more dehydrated by the second, but that's all good. We're here to film, we're here to stay. I'm just going back in with that initial color we put into the crease and just building that back up, and just going back with that same peach color and just blending it out. I feel like I do a lot of cut creases on my page, and I'm kind of tired of it, and I just feel like doing something very smoky. So I'm going to be taking the color that literally made me buy this palette, this middle shade right here. So I'm going to go back into that really pretty raspberry looking shade, and this is the moment of truth. I'm going to bring you guys in a little bit closer. There we go. Ignore the skin, it's horrible. Stress, let's ignore that. I'm just gonna, okay, I mean, it's pigmented, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's there. I mean, it's a really nice color. Let me try wetting my brush with some Fix Plus. Let me try wetting my brush with some Fix Plus. So it gets a little bit wet. Oh yeah, that is what I was looking for. And what I really want to do to get that really nice kind of color payoff, I'm going to go in with my fingers. Okay, yes, that is the pigment I am looking for. So I feel like if you either use a really tacky base or wet the brush and then pack it on, and maybe just like pack it on with your finger, I think that's the way to kind of really use the glitter to its best, or like shimmer to its best potential. But oh my god, this is the legit reason why I bought this palette. It is so beautiful. Ugh, dead. Like, look at that. This is so stunning. I'm just gonna do this to the other eye and I'll be right back. The thing is, I'm so into this color. I want it to be a focal point, but I also do want to try this darker color right here just to see the pigment. I might regret this, but it's worth a shot. I'm just going to take the same kind of brush that we did to blend out the crease, and I'm just going to add that dark purpley color ever so lightly. And I'm just going to focus that on the outer corners and kind of bring that in a C shape into the crease. I'm actually really liking the fact that I decided to deepen this a little bit. It just adds more dimension. I'm going to go back in with this color right here, the middle color, and I'm just going to revive what's been lost. But nothing too crazy. I feel like it stayed intact. I just want it to be slightly brighter and more blended. Finish off the eyes, I'm just going to pop on some liner. I'm going to be using my Pixie and Wiley dual-ended collab. I really like this. So while your girl is baking at 180 degrees for 5 minutes, I'm going to finish off the eyes. And for the eyes, I'm going to take my Cocoa lashes in 9 to 5, and I'm going to trim them and apply them like you normally do your eyelash. So now we're just going to brush off that bake. Look at her. Nice and set. It's a bit bright on the inner corners, but it's okay. It's okay. Sometimes we overbake, sometimes we don't bake enough. For the foundation, I am doing a ColourPop stick foundation kind of review. So if you want that, then that either would be up on my channel right now or is going to be up on my channel. I will leave it linked in the little card above. So now for the lower lash line, I am taking that same kind of raspberry color right here and kind of bringing that right on my lower lash line. And then for the inner corners, I'm going to be taking this really nice kind of light pink rose goldy shade. I'm not really sure how this is going to look, but we shall see. Okay. Ooh, this looks really pretty. I feel like my inner corners can be a little bit brighter. So I am going to be taking my Urban Cosmetics Feeling Myself little face palette, and I'm going to be taking Pillow Talk, which is the middle shade. That's more like it. Overall, this palette really did surprise me. When I swatched it, I was kind of hesitant because the swatches was so crappy, but I think that's on my side of the things where I'm just crap at swatches. Let me know if you guys have had that problem as well. I know for sure that a swatch cannot determine the quality of eyeshadows that come within the palette. And let me tell you something, if you guys are loving this color story or don't have these shadows in your collection, I think that this is worth every penny. This is very user friendly for beginners or for people who want to create more looks. I feel like you're not overwhelmed with the amount of shadows in the palette, but each of them are different enough to kind of differentiate on the eyes and create a really, really beautiful look. And none of the colors have faded. Don't feel like it's necessary to get all of her kind of gemstone collections. Just get the one that you feel like you'd use the most. These colors especially complement brown eyes so perfectly. It really just makes them pop and look more, well, brown. I don't want it to seem like I'm kissing like any brand's ass here on my channel. This definitely hit the nail on the head and is definitely worth your money. And by the way, let me know what Obsessions palette you guys would get in the comments down below. And yeah, that's all I have to say about this. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate each and every one of you guys.